ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ अस्माकम् अद्यतनविषयः अस्ति रचनानुवादकौमुदी इत्यस्य 22 इति अभ्यास 22 अर्थात् 22तम अभ्यास 32। आत्मन् शब्दः अस्ति। अस्य अध्याये अपि अस्मिन् अध्याये अपि क्त प्रत्ययान्तवचनं क्त प्रत्ययान्त शब्दानि सन्ति। क्त प्रत्यय इति अध्यायस्य विषयः। यत् 21 इति अध्याये अपि क्त प्रत्यय विषयः। क्त प्रत्ययस्य द्वे अभ्यासे सन्ति अथवा द्वौ अभ्यासौ स्तः। अस्तु अहं पठामि। आत्मन् आत्मन् इति आत्मा। जीवात्मन् जीवात्मा। परमात्मन् परमात्मा। ब्रह्मन् ब्रह्मा। ब्रह्मा, like how we get in Mundakopanishad mantra Brahma Devanam Pratama Sambharuva. So that Brahma, that Brahmaji is also seen as Brahman. Pratipadika is Brahman. They say Atma Pratipadika Atman. Dvijanman. Dvijanman, Dvija. Brahmana, Brahmana, Shakti, Vaishya, etc. Dvija, basically. Twice born. Ashman, Patthar. Advan, Marga, road. Yajvan, Yajnakarta. Jaise how we say Yajman, Yajvan, Yajnakarta. Arvan, Godha, horse. Papman, Papa, Papi. So here there are two pratyayas. So there is something, this is a good day to see that. First we will see this Arvan Shabda, Yajvan, all these. Any guesses what the difference between this Yajvan, Arvan, etc. are from Atman, Brahman, etc.? Anything that stands out? Difference is this.
In terms of Vedanta?
Not Vedanta, just words. Vyakarana, Shabda. In terms of Vedanta, yes, Karma, Jnana. In terms of Shabda. Yajvan, Arvan end in one. Atman, Brahman end in man. This is the difference. So, okay, so now this is the difference. So, what could this difference be due to? Any guesses there? Why should we have some difference in terms of this Ajvan, Arvan and etc.? Right. So correct. Yeah. So pratyaya. Arvan. So ending you can say sometimes pratyaya. So Atman Brahman there is a pratyaya. There is a sutra that defines pratyaya. Yajvan Arvan there is a pratyaya. So Yajvan Arvan pratyaya is called Vanip. It is not a common pratyaya. The sutra is this one. This is the Vidhayaka Sutra 32103. Sujayong Vanip. Sujayong Vanip. So this basically say, and you see they have given example Yajva. Now same thing is there. Yajvan. So this Yajvan means the Karyakarta, basically. Yajnakarta. And for Brahman Shabda, this is an important sutra, the next one. Because this is like obviously Brahman Shabda, how it forms. So Brahman, any guesses what pratyaya there is in Brahman? If Arvan is Vanip, Brahman will be
We did Matu.
No, not Matup. Matup is for Van. Jaise Bhagavan, Bhagavan, etc. Bhagavat. That is Matup. Manin. So Vanip, Manin Pratyaya is there. This here is not in Panini Sutras, 4000 Sutra. Manin Pratyaya does not come. It comes in Unadi Sutra. So there is an Unadi Sutra, Unadi Patha, which is like an Anga of this Panini Sutra, Sutra Patha. Here in this Unadi Patha, it is 4.145 right at the end. There are 4 chapters in Unadi Patha. This one comes around the end. You see this? Sarva Dhatubhyo Manin. This is that Manin Pratyaya. And they have given for Brahma. Brahmher Nocha. For Brahma also, Manin Pratyaya is used. Brahma Tattvam. Tapo Vedo Brahma Vipraha Prajapatihi. So Brahma Tattvam, Tapaha, Vedaha, for all these shabdas, Brahma is used. We know that, right? Like for Tattvam also Brahma, for Veda also somewhere places Brahma in Kathopanishad, etc. And here Brahma, Vipraha, Prajapatihi, that is called Brahma. But for both of them, Manin Pratyaya is seen. 4.145 is Brahmher Nocha. And 4.144 is Sarvadhatupyo Manin. So this is an important sutra which is not in Sutra Patha, not in the 4000. It is in Unadi Patha. In that way. So this is a good place to see that. Astu. Then we see this next. So this one we have seen. So Manin and Vanip, the 2 sutras are there. Then there is another sutra here. There is another pratyaya, that is Kathanam, Kashtam. So Kashtam is lakdi wood. You can also say Daru, etc. Kathanam, Kehna, speech. So there is, this pratyaya is called Lyut. Lyut pratyaya. L-Y-U-T, Lyut. Not like that. Il-U-It, Lyut. This Vidhayaka Sutra is Lyut cha. There is another Vidhayaka Sutra. Okay, we can take Lyut cha. So what this says, basically, better to see examples. You see they have given examples. Shobhanam, Jalpanam, Shayanam, Asanam, Darshanam. And like that, here they have given Kathanam, Kashtam. So Vedanta Darshanam, Lyut Pratyaya. So there is a third Pratyaya given. So this is Manin, Vanip, Lyut. 3 Pratyayas they have given. Of course, they have not said there is a Lyut Pratyaya here. They have just given it. Astu. So Sanya Shabdani are done. Dhatavaha. Santva Dhatu, Khand Dhatu, Mand, Tula, Ghusha, Pusha, Aloka, Alocha, Trup, Tad. So they are all in different ganas. But there is one for Khand. There is a gana. There is a sutra here. Khandvadibhyascha. What is that? So the 10 ganas that we saw from that Bhadi, Tudadi and that shloka also that you had sent, Abhadi. Along with that there is another gana, Kandvadi gana. Why it is not coming here, I don't know. Kandvadi. Small ka, sorry. Kandvadibhyo yak. So there is another gana here, Kandvadi gana. So that is not included in the 10 that we saw, in the 10 in this group, the 10 generally accepted, but it is an extra gana. So some dhatus, they are in Kandvadi gana. Anyway, that is not here. I got confused with Khand. So back to answer.
Sorry, a quick question here. See, like we set up a set of whatever, 20, 25 odd Sandhi Sutras. Now, what would be a core kind of pratyaya? Because in every place there are 3, 4, 5 of them. So the question is that do we need to focus on all these 4 or 5, or are we just kind of saying that it is just for awareness and we don't do anything about it? Because I'm just thinking that if I write it down and listen to it, I should do something about it. But I don't know what to do about it.
See, today that question came in Bhashya. Upakurvanti. Upakurvan. Which pratyaya is that? And I gave wrong answer also. It is not Tva pratyaya. It was Shatra pratyaya. So that is where the pratyayas actually really help. When we start seeing that this pratyaya gives this rupa in that way. Like,
I get that. I get that for pratyaya. Behind our book here, there is a group of, let's say, 10 or 12.
Yes.
And you're also pointing out, some which are kind of important.
Yes.
So I'm just and somewhere, hopefully in Ashtadhyayi, we'll be able to see the rupa of that pratyaya.
Yes.
Somewhere to be able to just see it, like you say, to talk it out and all that, just so that you get more familiar. Because
sure.
You may not find the Unadi, the Manin Pratyaya.
Yes.
Hard to find. Not given anything. So I'm just saying that we're getting a lot of these Pratyayas, but do we go looking for what that Manin Pratyaya will sound like, or do we just say, let's park it to one side and not? I mean, it's good to know, but I'm not clear as to what would be a core core syllabus, if you like.
So that's hard to say, to be honest, because if we are looking at Vyakarana as like for Vedanta purpose, then we will have a certain set of pratyayas. Like even this book, for example, even for Getting Vedanta, this book has given about 20 or so pratyayas. In the contents page, there were a few pratyayas. Those will be core. Plus we can add 4 or 5 to it. In terms of sutra, it is good to know a Vidhayaka sutra. But then, as you know, there are some other sutras that speak of specific shabdas. Like, for example, something that is not in this book. Because they have given about 20-25 pratyayas here, which are like the core pratyayas. But there is one pratyaya they have not given called Tvi pratyaya, which is like super common in Vedanta, in any writing. Like for example in Dashashloki Siddhanta Bindu, that idam aspadi bhuta or dirgha, but not always. Dirgha only before 3 dhatus. If there is a dirgha, but it is in the same shabda and immediately after the dirgha e, there is either kru dhatu or bhu dhatu or as dhatu. Then the dirgha comes. And now here we say the sutra is Chvaucha. But that is not the Vidhayaka sutra for Tvi pratyaya. That is the sutra that makes the dirgha. So there is a sutra that says Tvi pratyaya is this, which is what we say is Vidhayaka sutra or the definition sutra. But then there will be sutras that give the action. Like for example, Tvi pratyaya, they say Tvi pratyaya means dirgha comes before these, because that sutra, Tvi pratyaya sutra, clearly says abhuta tadbhave kru bhu asti yoge sampadhya kartari chviki. Kru bhu asti, that is the Vidhayaka sutra. But then Chvaucha in Tvi there is a dirgha. So there is a difference. So if you want to say which is the core sutra, that is a little hard to select.
Not that way. Let's say that we have our 25 core pratyayas. So each one has got a Vidhayaka sutra.
Yes.
So therefore we have 25 core Vidhayaka sutras.
Yes.
Okay, for our 25 core pratyayas.
Sure. Yes.
So that is there.
Yes.
Then we will have things like this Tvi business, which is coming too commonly.
Yes.
So every time. So therefore those, when you identify and you say these 4 or 5, like you say add another 4 or 5, is okay. So that 25 we can make 30, 35. But somewhere with a lot of these we almost head to 70. And then then I'm wondering, how does one assimilate so many? I mean, this is just a little bit of a an overwhelmed feeling. But I mean, we will get to it. I'm
Okay.
not, walking.
So the way to sort of get here is how we are doing. Like for example, we have seen Nich Pratyaya and the Vidhayaka Sutra. We saw San Pratyaya and the Vidhayaka Sutra. We saw two for Nich Pratyaya. And then after San, we have started Kta Pratyaya. So if we go by Pratyaya, we'll feel less overwhelmed. And with examples. Examples are the big difference, deal maker in change
So
maker.
when we create a table, this will all become clearer.
Yes.
Because that sutra number is like,
Yes.
right now both me and Babaji are able to read some of these sutras.
Yes.
Because we have that core list.
Yes.
So I'm not looking for sutras outside of this. I'm
Yes.
just saying we have 20 of them.
Yes.
Our Sandhi Sutra. So let me just at least get my tongue around those 20.
Yes, correct.
That is good enough.
So, for example, now that we have started saying the sutras, that's a good idea. And what we can do, we can pick the sutras that are relevant to us. So, either take the Sandhi sutras, or now we start with the Pratyaya sutras. In fact, we can even make a Google Doc and put the important sutras as we do. Instead of how we did with Sandhi, we finished everything and then did it.
We can do it as we go.
Yes, because here another thing is they don't give all the Pratyaya Sutras in Rachananwala comedy. But Sandhi Sutras, they gave everything. Pratyaya Sutras, we are finding out. You see, even for that Satyapapasha they had given for Nich and San, and Tha also they had given, but it is hidden inside the Niyamas. It is not something very direct like how it was with the Sandhis.
See, if you send that, I don't know whether we had that if the template is there with the Vidhayaka Sutra and all that, you are giving the numbers. So we will keep updating because
Sure.
every day that can be part of homework. We finish
Sure.
the class,
That
we
sounds
have
good.
the numbers written, we'll just update it into that.
Sounds great. So I will share the doc with you immediately today evening itself on WhatsApp.
Then we can just keep uploading on that.
Yes. For example, in our sessions itself, is Ketulji, who is not here today, but he was here recently, and he will be back. Or like Sumanjay ji, same thing. They are not here today, but they are about to be. And even Avantika ji, for example. They also started with sort of memorizing the sutras. Once they, at least I know for Ketulji and Sumanjay ji, this is true, that they know the Shabda and the Pratyaya. So the name of the Pratyaya is clear first. Like for example, Kta Pratyaya and a Shabda, Kritaha. Then you see, which sutra this comes. So there is a 3-step process potentially to this. Or you can say Sutra, Shabda, Pratyaya, Sutra and then Shabda. Or better is Pratyaya, Shabda and then Sutra. So then we know, for example, Kritaha, Nishta Pratyaya. That way.
That nothing makes sense. I'm starting from the level, I was just trying to get my tongue quickly around so
yes.
just that very Shabda itself,
Yes.
for the tongue to roll itself
Yes.
properly around it.
Yes.
That is where
But this is the right way. Even when first I started with some classes with Swamiji, I made the same mistake. Echaha kramadai. And Swamiji corrected Echaha kramad, I. So that way we know what we're saying basically instead of just reading.
Yeah.
So there will be some things like that, and then that is one example.
That we can refine and that we should
Yes.
do. Yeah, thank you.
So back to this Santvanadena and all this dhatus they have given. Santvanadena, consolation. Khandan karna we hear a lot. Khandana kanda kadya, it is to refute or a strong refutation. मंडन करना, तोलना, घोषणा करना, पोषण करना, आलोक देखना, आलोचना करना. So all these are all in a similar tone as the others. But for example, like how we had this Khandana Kanda Kadya, there is no Mandana. But like for example, Mandan Karna is like, how do you translate Mandan Karna? Like, say
Abaji Mero, my Hindi is much worse than
I was going to ask, what does it mean?
praise.
I would have to...
Khandan and Mandan are opposites. So Khandan is like Ninda.
अच्छा, तो means उसका साथ, like जैसे you speak for and against, right? So
Correct.
this is for.
Correct. Yes, this is for and that is against. Like for example, there is a book called
समर्थन करना किसी मत का
कर सकते हैं, but samartha is more like capable, right? Mandan is to praise.
समर्थन मतलब
हाँ.
I second
अच्छा,
that.
okay.
जो कहते हैं ना,
No, so
वैसा.
it won't be that way. It will be more to praise. Like जैसे वेदांत आचार्य को मंडन करते हैं. Whether I second them or not, I am still praising them.
अच्छा, okay. तो वो तो फिर जैमिनी
I will praise them. जैमिनी महर्षि को मंडन,
करेंगे.
हाँ मैं बिल्कुल मंडन करूंगा, but I will not do समर्थन.
सिंपल रिस्पेक्ट करना, right?
जैसे हाँ, praise is the word.
It doesn't matter what their opinion is.
Yes.
You simply respect.
Correct. And Khandan is also the same. You may respect them, but you disagree with them.
Ji.
Like for example, this Khandana Kandakadhyaya, Vedanta Acharya Sri Harsha Mishra was there. He wrote the book Khandana Kandakadhyaya, doing Khandana of Nyaya Mata. But he deeply respected Gautama Maharishi. It is not that he disrespects, but he did Khandana, refutation. So we changed this. It is not just seconding or respecting. It is more about praising or Stuti Ninda in that. Stuti Ninda may be respect, disrespect. Here it is more praise and refute.
Yeah, it is of the content. It
Yes.
is not of
Correct.
the person.
Correct. Then they have given, so Khandana Mandana, opposites. Tolna is to weigh, right? To measure.
To weigh.
हाँ,
Measure करना.
So that is Tolna. And one second. Tolna. चलो, हाँ जो भी अस्तु. Then घोषणा करना. So घोषणा is
To
like,
announce.
हाँ, to declare rather, like to announce, declare. घोषणा. पोषण करना. How would you say पोषण करना?
Nourish,
To
right?
nourish. हाँ, correct. Nourish. That is true. Nourish. पोषण. आलोक, आलोचन. This is all okay. आलोक देखना, आलोचना करना. तृप्त करना, तृप्त धातु. तड़ धातु मारना. तड़ित etc. will come for based on तड़ धातु.
Stick को कहते हैं ना?
हाँ. So to use to mar. Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayam Sutrabhashyakrutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murtibheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi. Om Asmakam Adhyayana Vishaya Asti रचनानुवाद कौमुदी इत्यस्य 22 इति अभ्यास 22 तमाभ्यास 32. आत्मन् शब्दः अस्ति. अस्य
विद्युत.
Tadit, there is one shloka, right, for Tadit. Yes, because correct, because वो भी मार रहा है ना, like it is banging in that way. But there is a nice shloka, important shloka, Tadit, where it comes. Maybe
That I don't know. There is one in Saundarya Lahari. Tatil Lekha Tanvi. Something like that.
This is a good example. Tatil Lekha Tanvi. So which sutra is here? How do you split this shabda? Tadil Lekha Tanvi. How to split?
It is double हो रहा है यहाँ पे.
Correct. So splitting.
It's that particular something.
So it is Tadit plus Loka.
Tadit plus.
Tadit or Loka, Tadil Loka, Torli Sutra. Torli.
Yes, totally correct.
And there is a Tadit in Srimad Bhagavatam, but there is, I think, Tadit, it is somewhere, I don't remember, but it is there. क्रिया विशेषण शब्दानि ध्रुवम ध्रुवम अवश्य जैसे जातस्य ही ध्रुवम मृत्युर ध्रुवम जन्म मृतस्य च in Bhagavad Gita Bhagavan says second chapter, if you are born it is certain you die, if you die it is certain you are born. That way ध्रुवम अवश्य certain or necessary. Varam अच्छा श्रेष्ठ जैसे how we say guru varam, respect
Guru
also.
Varam means guru?
Guru varam अच्छा श्रेष्ठ गुरु बेस्ट गुरु
जो वरिष्ठ जिसको कहते
वरिष्ठ
हैं उस सेंस में
even in Mundakopaniषद that mantra comes, right? प्राणो येष सर्वभूतैर विभाति विजान विद्वान भवते ज्ञातिवादी आत्म क्रीडा आत्मरतिः क्रियावान एष ब्रह्मविदाम वरिष्ठः. He is the best among Brahmavids. Who? The one that Atma Krida, Atmarati, enjoys an Atma. So that Varishta, same, Shreshta, Varam. But there is one more that in Swamiji's Tika, he uses a lot this Shabda. That Sarvavedanta Sarasanga Tika. For respect.
Not Adar, Samman.
No, there is another one. There is a... This is a nice word with Varam. Anyway, I will say, if we find it, it is good. But Varam is Acha or Shreshta, good or best in that way. Tarhi, to. So, Yadi, agar if you are saying Yadi, you say Tarhi. Yadi Vayam Jnanam Ichhamaha. Tarhi Gurukule Pathamaha. If then, in that way. Yadi Tarhi. That is a prayer. आत्मन शब्द के पूरे रूप स्मरण करो. सो आत्मन टू पापमन विल बी आत्मन के तुल्य. हाउ इज आत्मन? आत्मन शब्द के पूरे रूप, इट इज अ पुल्लिंग शब्द, अनंत पुल्लिंग इट इज कॉल्ड. सो हियर यू विल सी आत्मन. सो सुंदर जी कृपया पठतु आत्मन शब्द.
Atma, Atmanam, Atmana, Atmanah, Atmanam, Atmanam, Atmanah, Atmana, Atmadyan, Atmabhi, Atmane, Atmadyan, Atmabyah, Atmanah, Atmadyan, Atmabyah, Atmanah, Atmadyan, Atmabyah, Atmanah, Atmanogo, Atmanam, Atmani, Atmanoho, Atmasu. He Atman, He Atmanam, He Atmanah.
He Atman, He Atmana, He Atmana. Above Samyak Satyam. Brahma Shabda is also like this. So is Paramatma Shabda. So how we say Paramatmanaha, Atmanaha, 5th and 6th, Panchami Shashti Ekasana. Or Brahmanaha, that way also we will say. In times in Bhashya Tika that comes. Or even like for example this other Shabdas they are given, Dvijanman, Ashman, Advan, all of that also will go the same. Santvadi, so back to page 84.
So usually when we talk of creation, then it has to be Panchami, right? Because it has to be from Atma. It cannot be of Atma. So I'm thinking that all Srishti kind of Vakya will have to be Panchami.
You take that Taittiriya Upanishad mantra, Brahmavidapnati Param Satyamandana, Param Soshnite Karvan Kamansaha, Etasmad Atmanaha Akashaha Sambhavuta, right? Eta, what is that mantra? 2.1, Taittiriya, important. But you are correct. So there it is Panchami. Atmanaha Akasha Sambhavuta, Akashad Vayuhu, Ayor Agnihi, Agnirapaha, Adhya Prithvi, all are Panchami.
See, the minute you come to words like Akashat, because we are so used to Ramat, so therefore, you kind of know it's Panchami. But when you come down...
Correct. Because
Yeah, but
Akasha is Akaranta, but if it is Ikaranta, Ukaranta, Ananta,
yeah, it will
Vikaranta,
vary, of course, of course.
Tasmadva etasmad Atmanaha, Atmana Akashaha. So Visarga Lopa has happened. Atmanaha, Tasmadva etasmad Atmanaha Akasha Sambhavata, Akashat Vayuhu, from Akasha Vayu. But Vayu is Ukaranta, so Panchami Ekasam Vayoho, Vayor Agnihi, Vayoho Agnihi.
Yeah.
But Agni is Ikaranta. So it will be Agnehe.
But that is the fun bit. Yeah.
This is a nice example actually, this mantra, to just see the words and how they decline, right? Panchami Ekavachanam of Ananta is Atmanaha. Panchami Ekavachanam of Akaranta is Akashat. Panchami Ekavachanam of Ukaranta is Vayoho. Panchami Ekavachanam of Ikaranta is Agnehe. Panchami Ekavachanam of Up is Adbhyaha. So Adbhyaha is Strilinga. They say how we saw Nitya Bahuvachana as Strilinga, etc. And Prithivya, Panchami Prithivyaha. So all 6 are different. These 4 are Pullinga only. And Agneheta. And Adbhyaha also. And Prithvi. Prithivyaha Oshadeha. And Oshadibhyo, there also is Panchami. So all are Panchami.
Prithvi is a Strilinga Shabda or Pullinga Shabda?
Prithvi is Strilinga. But we'll check that quickly.
So that is why Prithivya, right? Like Ramaya.
Correct. Ramayaha, Prithivyaha in that way.
Prithivyaha.
But we just check that quickly also. But I think it's Shabda Patha. Check for.
It's not easy.
Now it will come, right? Ikaranta Strilinga.
Yeah, Ikaranta Strilinga.
So Prithivya. Prithivyaha has become Prithivya. Visarga Lopa happened. So that way it's a nice, this mantra is nice for that purpose also.
Yeah.
For Panchami Ekachana. Santva Adi ke roop Chorayati ke tulya. Chorayati is Churadigana. Churadigana has which Vikarana Pratyaya in Chorayati?
I, right?
I, correct. And which Pratyaya is like Churadigana?
Yeah, that's what we saw. Gana names are not going.
No, Churadigana is over, but Pratyaya?
Yeah, Pratyaya, yeah, we saw that I.
Like, I give an example. Pathayati.
But yeah, that is Nich Pratyaya.
Correct. Simple. Nich Pratyaya. So, Patadhatu, Nich Pratyaya, Pathayati, same as Chorayati. Nich Pratyaya and Churadigana are similar. The same way,
Swamiji told me, he says, Indians are very clever at memorizing. He said, people like you who've been overseas, you need help. He told me that one day. I said, thank you, Swamiji. I do need it.
Chorayati ke tulya. Santvayati, Khandayati, Mandayati, Tolayati, Ghoshayati, Poshayati, Alokayati, Alochayati, Tarpayati, Tadayati. Everything is the same. This is Pathayati. Niyama Ekashatam Panchavimshati. 125. We have finished 124 niyamas in this book alone. धातु से त और तवत तथा क्तिन प्रत्यय लगाकर रूप बनाने के लिए ये नियम ठीक स्मरण कर ले. त तवत, क्त and ktavatu. They are also called ktin. How they are also called nishtha? They are also called ktin. Ktin pratyaya, kt and ktavatu. Because they start with kta. Ktin.
They start with K.
Ikta.
I only know, why would they not just write tin instead of tin? Half K.
Because it is half. The pratyaya is ikta, right?
Ikta.
Here, this one, and you see, ikta, kta. Kta is the pratyaya, and next pratyaya is kta vatu. There also is this ikta. You see here, kta vatu. It is not just tavatu, ktavatu. Ktaktavatu nishta. That is the sutra. This sutra, that is the Vidhayaka Sutra generally said, they had given in the earlier Abhyasa. This sutra, Ktaktavatu nishta, 1136 or something. Ktaktavatu nishta. 1143 or some number in 1 अस्तु ये नियम ठीक स्मरण करना है. क्या है नियम? हाँ, आभा जी कृपया पठतु. यहाँ से देखो, परिशिष्ट में एक त प्रत्यय से बने रूपे ठीक है. यहाँ से आभा जी कृपया पठतु. धातु के गुण या वृद्धि.
धातु को गुण या वृद्धि नहीं होती.
हाँ.
सेट में ई लगता है.
So this, thankfully this had come. 1 second, sorry. So thankfully this has come already because we were supposed to discuss this already. Set and anit. There are 2 types. So all 2000 dhatus in Panini Maharshi's dhatu patha, all dhatus even outside the patha, they fall in one of 3 categories: set, anit or weight. Weight they have not given here. Set, anit, weight. What basically this is? Set means sa it. जैसे सविकल्प, सविकार, सबभाष्य. In that way, sa it. There is something in Sanskrit to the words, how the original words are formed. So there is a word formation, and then you add a pratyaya and it becomes a different word. This we know, right? Like for example, pat dhatu is there, and then nij pratyaya is added, so it becomes pathayati. In that way, this pat dhatu itself has something called agama. So the words themselves will have what is called agama. The moola word itself, in the original, one step ahead of pratyaya. These agamas are different. There is something called num agama, there is something called art agama, and there is something called it agama. Where this id agama comes, this is called...
Is it id or it?
It doesn't matter. It is it agama. But because of jalam jashonte, because of the a that is following afterwards, the ta will become da. So actually the agama is called it. It ta. Like set and it, what they have given here. But when you say quickly, you say id agama. You want to say ita because of jalam jashonte. That is what we saw, right? Jalam jashonte sutra we had seen. Same. Id agama. So this id agama is it agama. This it. So sa it will become set. Just say ad gunaha sutra will work here. Sa it set. And anit, it is not there. This is the difference. Where there is it agama and where there is it agama is not there. And the third one, weight, that is optional. Aichika. Vaikalpika. Sometimes it is there, sometimes it is not there. In that.
Spell that last one.
Weight.
V-A-I-T, like that, or V and A and T.
Like just say it, you know.
Yeah.
Instead of sir, va. Same. Weight. Not weight. Weight. Like say it, weight. Say it and it, weight. But weight they have not given here. They have only given say it or on it. And weight is generally not necessary because it will come inside these two. But there will be some dhatus which are not strictly set or strictly on it. For that, the weight will come. So what set and anit basically say? Set and anit, what is why this set anit and all? What is this? Set dhatu uses this it agama. Id agama. So id agama will become a vowel. Ikara, swara, to connect the pratipadika or to connect the moola and the, you can say not pratyaya, but the end of the shabda. So the beginning and the end, there will be a bridge letter. This bridge letter will be a swara. If that dhatu has this bridge letter, it is called a set dhatu. If that dhatu does not have this bridge letter, it is called anit dhatu. For example, let's see an example. And this is in the lakaras like lat, lung and lit. So in these 3 lakaras, you will find this example. For example, let's see an example. I will ask. Pat dhatu. Abhaji. Pat dhatu lung lakara. Pat dhatu lit lakara rupa will be what?
पठती होता है लंग लकार.
No, that is lat lakara. Pata, lung lakara, past tense. Rit lakara, future. Future mein pat dhatu will be?
Pathanti.
Nahi. Pathanti is bahuvachanam. Patati, patva, patanti.
Okay, I'm very bad with these.
No, that's okay. You have to say now then. So pat dhatu.
I will search and tell you.
Okay.
Future है तो पठिष्यति.
Correct. Patishyati. And you yourself say for bhu dhatu, this will be what? Without seeing. You can now say patishyati हो गया तो bhu dhatu will be.
हाँ, पठ भी आ गया था सर्च के पहले. But bhu dhatu का I forgot the meaning also.
No, so bhu dhatu lat lakara will be what? Bhavati.
Bhu is bhavati. Okay, bhavishyati.
Bhavishyati. So creed dhatu.
Kridashyati. Kridashanti.
Kridishyati. Patishyati. Bhavishyati. Kridishyati. And we'll see something else. Vad dhatu. Vad dhatu.
Vadhishyati.
Vadhishyati. Vadhishyati is different. Vadhishyati is also there. So in this way, this is lit lakara. So you see, pat became patishyati. Vad became vadishyati. So there is the ikara.
Got added.
So these are all set dhatus. Where you have the e adding, that is set dhatu, because idagama has come. I have given another example. Sundarji, kripya vadatu, drish dhatu, lit lakara. What will it be?
Drish dhatu. That was drakshishyati.
Correct. Drakshyati, not drakshishyati.
Drakshyati. Yeah.
Drakshyati mein e kidhar hai? There is no e.
There is no e.
Drakshyati, that's all. So this is called anit.
Anit.
Where the idagama comes in these lakaras, they are it. Where it does not come, that dhatu becomes anit. In some dhatus, sometimes it will come, sometimes it won't come. These are called vit. Like the example they give was for ksham dhatu. Kshama karna, that dhatu. In lat lakara, it is kshamyati. But in rit lakara, it is ksamishyati. But drish dhatu, lat lakara pashyati. There is no e agama. And in rit lakara, it is drakshyati. There is no e here also. So it is anit. But ksham dhatu, both are there. In one lakara it is coming, in one lakara it is not coming. So it is called vait. It is that option. Pat dhatu, it will come anyway. It will not be patti. It is patati. And so that vowel is there. Akara is there. Vowel. Pathati. And patishyati. There also vowel is there. Swara. So idagama is there. But anit mein hai hi nahi. Pashyati, there is no vowel. Pashyati, that's all. And drakshyati, also there is no swara. So it is anit. Sandhikar. Is this okay, Sundarji? You had a question on this.
No, this is perfect. This is perfect. Thank you.
Sandhi karya hoga. There sandhi will happen. Jaise kri dhatu will become kritaha. Kritaha, which pratyaya will this be?
Kra pratyaya.
Kra pratyaya, simple. Kritaha, kritaha, kri dhatu, dhru dhatu, dhrita, bhritaha, patitam, likitam. All of these are ta pratyayas. Astu. Abaji, I have a question. Patitam is ta pratyaya. Tavatu pratyaya will be what? We had seen this last session.
Patitam is ta pratyaya. And the question is, what will be?
Tavatu pratyaya.
Tavatu pratyaya.
We had seen this.
Patitvam.
Patitavan. Good. Patitavan. Like we had seen, right?
There has to be a verb. इतना मुझे समझ में आया.
A good start. So Patitavan. They had given somewhere here. They're not given? Maybe they didn't give. But we spoke about it.
Yeah, okay.
So Kta Pratyaya, Patitam. Of course, Ktavatu Pratyaya is the next Adhyasa. So it is already one step later. Kta Pratyaya, Patitam. Ktavatu Pratyaya, Patitam. Second, Dvitiya Abhyas, Dvitiya Sutra, that is Niyama. Abhaji Kripaya Patatu. द्वितीय
रदाभ्यां
हाँ
निष्ठातो नः
टोल फुल सूत्र इज रदाभ्याम निष्ठातो नः पूर्वस्य च दः 8 to 42. It is not a very critical sutra, but it is an important one for this pratyaya. 8.2.42. हाँ, meaning
र या द के बाद
ईर या ईद के बाद ईर
इर या इद के बाद ओके इर या इद के बाद
हाँ
के त को न होता है ओके के त को न होता है
त को न होता है ईर या ईद के बाद मे बी दिस they have not this is not necessary I think here ईद या ईद के बाद त को न होता है
त को न होता है ठीक है दैट मेक्स सेंस धातु के इद को भी इन अर्थात इर धन त बराबर अर्ण इर्ण हाँ सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल ऐसा दे से धातु के बाद द को न सो द बिकेम न ईर इज देयर सो ईर हैज बिकम ईर स्टेड बट न त बिकेम न सो इर्ण जैसे वर्ण कर्ण ऑल दैट अर्ण हाँ अस्तु आभाजी आग्रे इद धन त बराबर न होता है न ईद प्लस त न जैसे अर्थात nakara will become arthan nakara in that way. We had seen that sandhi also earlier, that anunasika. So what we saw is a sandhi. So how different is this? I mean, what are we seeing now?
They will give in the examples it is clear. So you see, afterwards you continue. Dirgha se.
Dirgha ru. Ko ir या ऊर होगा
हाँ
श्रू will become शीर्ण ओके सो दीर्घ रू था तो वो ईर हो गया त्रु will become तीर्ण क्रू become गीर्ण क्रू गीर्ण सो इसी तरह संकीर्ण प्रकीर्ण
करेक्ट
और प्रू has become पूर्ण और भेद जो है भिन्न डबल न वाला भेद भिन्न छिन्न सद सन्न और प्रसन्न भी इसी तरह
करेक्ट सो यू सी दिस द डिफरेंस संधि कार्य में ईर और त बस ये सूत्र है ये पूरा दिखती है लाइक कृ धातु पृ धातु विल बिकम पूर्णः कृ धातु कीर्णः सद धातु सन्न ऑल दिस इज कमिंग फ्रॉम दिस सूत्र रदाभ्याम निष्ठातो नः पूर्वस्य च दः अस्तु
This is not one of our 50.
No.
But a good example.
It's a good sutra.
Yeah, which we see quite often in Chenna.
Correct. Iti Chenna.
Yeah, so we see that very often when the Siddhanti, when the Purva Pakshi say Iti Chen.
Yes. Yes.
Siddhanti is saying no.
But you know, there are some many shlokas, mantras which will have some of these words. Tirnaha. Tirno hi swayante, that to cross. So when you say crossing samsara sagara, you'll say tirna.
Yeah.
Or purna, of course, purnamada, purnamidam types.
These are all common words actually.
Correct.
Prasanna,
Chinna, everything. So these common words, you can say this sutra is an important sutra. But for pratyaya, when you are just going to see pratyaya and vidayaka sutra, this will not come. But it's an important sutra in the sense, how did that tirna shabda come? So this is the how did binna shabda happen?
This sort of question Swamiji asks.
Correct. So that kind of question when it comes, this will come. This is the sutra. Radhabhyan nishtato naha purvasya cha. Astu. Dhyatisyati. This is an interesting sutra. Sundarji कृपया पठतु द्यतिष्यति किम् अस्ति?
द्यतिष्यति द दा सो सा मा था इनके आ को ई हो गए. सो दितः अवसितः परिमितः स्थितः.
This sutra हाँ एक सेकेंड. This sutra
This is still here. This from Ga is a different sutra. They have not given here, but we will see both sutras. This sutra is 7.4.40. Dyati Syati Mastha Miti Kiti. This is Swamiji has asked a few times this. Dyati Syati. See the meaning of the sutra. Dyati Syati. This one. 7440. What this basically says, but it is not even Laghu. Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi doesn't have it. But we will not see it there, but it is important. So, for example, they have given what Rachananda Kaumudi given is very good. The has become Ditaha. So Avasitaha. Ma Parimitaha. Stha Sthitaha. These four dhatus, the A will become E. So Stha will become Sthitaha, not Sthataha. Da will not be Dataha. Right? Ideally it should be that way in Tita Pratyaya. Da means Dataha, but no, it will be Ditaha. And Madhatu, Mataha it should be, but it is not. It is Parimitaha. Pari upasarga purvak, Mitaha, Parimitaha. Avasitaha, Ava upasarga purvak, Sadhatu, so Dhatu, Avasitaha. Paristhitihi, you can say. Paristhitaha, not Paristhataha. Sthadat. But there is an exception. Gapaha. इसको दीर्घई होता है. Here it is hrasvai. Here it is दीर्घई. Geetaha, not Gitaha. Geetaha, Pitaha, Hinaha. Here there is another sutra. This sutra they have not noted. But there is a sutra. I will search and tell you this sutra for this tomorrow. Next.
So this only applies to those four dhatus.
Correct. The sutra itself is for those. You see in the sutra, Dyati is the e, di, dya. The will become dya, Dyati.
Yeah.
Syati, si, so dhatu. Ma and stha. Dyati, syati, ma, stham. That's all. Only for these four sutras it is there. The sutra itself, these four dhatus. Miti, dasyam, iti, kiti. In kit, kta, it becomes this way. This Gag, Gita, Pita, I'll search, that is another sutra. Then they have given one more. Amiya Patami. Anudattopadesha. This is a long sutra. Anudattopadesha vanati tanotyadinam anunasika lopa jhaling kiti. What basically it says is yam, ram, nam, gam, ham, man, van. All these. They had given all these और तनादि गण धातुओं के इम और इन को लोप होता है. If there is im or in, it will not happen. So ram will just become ra. They'll give example. धातु को धातुओं की उपधा के इन को इनका भी प्रायः लोप होता है. So उपधा is one letter before the end. Gam has become gataha. Abhaji, which one got lopa here? Gam became gataha. So what got lopaha?
Ma.
Correct. Ma. And han became hataha. So what got lopaha?
No got.
And in han dhatu, upadha means which one?
Sorry, what do you mean? Upadha means which one?
So they had given here dhatuon ki upadha ke in ko that became this upadha. What does upadha mean?
Oh, the second last.
Correct. So
Yeah.
So it is easy. It is not above your head. Last time you had said we are going little quickly, but you are following everything.
No, I'm not. I have to be honest, I'm not following 100%.
But you know all this.
But ठीक ठाक, you know. What you call sanskar पढ़ रहा है, I just feel like that.
That's
कि कुछ
okay.
मैं सुन रही हूँ.
Yes.
I'm not
Which
following
one?
100%. Like, so
Which
he
one?
asked so many relevant questions and he's making notes. उतना मेरा advanced understanding नहीं है.
But no need to compare. Which one is not coming? Which one is not clear for you? In this, at least, in this page.
ऐसे I cannot say, but sometimes I cannot relate to anything in the past or ऐसा हमने पहले देखा
That's
था.
okay.
All that clicking is not happening.
Okay. So what is a good practice is I'll give the document. The document will help. What is a good practice is, in this book, we are going to see three main things. Sandhi, Pratyaya, Samasa. Right? Sandhi we have finished. We are in the middle of Pratyaya. We will come to Samasa later. In Pratyaya, we saw Nich and San. And now we are seeing Ta Pratyaya. Each Pratyaya has a specific meaning. Ta Pratyaya is used in the past tense meaning. But in Ta Pratyaya, all the dhatus can get Ta Pratyaya. Every dhatu can get Ta Pratyaya. But they will all follow different forms. Each dhatu will decline in a different way. Different dhatus will have different ways for Ta Pratyaya. Jaise Pat dhatu will become Patitam. But Nam dhatu will not become Namitam. It will be Nataha. This is what they are saying. So this whole page, is about how different dhatus get different forms. That's it. So Tri dhatu gets Tirinaha. Either it should be Taritam or something because Patitam, but no, it is not. So there are sets of dhatus that get different sets of actions. So Dhyati Syati is a sutra that talks about these four dhatus. Anudatta Upadesha talks about all these dhatus. That's all. Imenninko knowledge.
Thank you.
Gamgata, Yamyata, Sanyataha, Rataha, Nataha, Hataha, Pranataha, Hataha, Mataha, Tata, Sannataha, Tataha, Vitataha, all this. This is all these dhatus with Ta Pratyaya that Lopa begins. That becomes the Lopa happens. Jan, San, Khan, Ke, In, Ko, A hota. So there is a different sutra for these four. This is called Jana, Khana, Ghana, Jana, Sana, Khanam, Samjhalo. I think this is called 6442. So this Anudato is 6437.
Jana, na? That is not Jana. This is.
Yes. So Anudato Upadesha 6437. This Jana Sana Khana, this is 6442. 6442. This one. Jana Sana Khanam Sanjhaloho. For these dhatus only. Only for these dhatus, what happens? Dirgha. Na ko a hoda.
Becomes na.
Earlier they had said na becomes lopa. Before that they had said a gets e. Before that they had said r, ir. So you see, one dhatu they gave you one pratyaya. But within the pratyaya they will say exceptions. So all exceptions we are seeing.
And this you say 6442.
6442. Jana Sana Khanam Sanjhaloho. Here became a, so na became a, so jan will become jataha. That is why we say jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu. Jataha, saha jataha, they had said earlier. He is born, but it is jan dhatu, because jan dhatu is to be born, but it is not janitaha, there's a patitaha. It is not any other thing, it is jata. So there are different rules for specific dhatu.
Sorry, they said a ho jayega, but this has actually become aha.
No, not the end. Jan will become ja.
Okay.
Taha is from the pratyaya. Ta pratyaya. See, gataha. This also is gata.
Okay.
All the exceptions are taha.
Taha to hai end mein.
Everywhere it will be.
Yeah. Avasitaha. Okay. The ta is there.
Yes.
The second last one.
Upada ko they are talking about upada. They are talking about the moola shabda. Ja became ja. Jan jataha. San sataha. Khan khataha. In this way. Then there is another sutra for this set. So you see that they have not given these sutras. They have given only this Anudatta Upadesha and they have put all this, but it is not all this. There are different sutras. Bandh became, so because here if we are taking this Janasana Khana, then Bandh should be Bandhataha, but it is not, it is Baddhaha. So there is another sutra. Bandh Baddhaha, Dvams Dvastaha, Srams Srastaha, Drams Drashtaha. This sutra is
Badhaha hona chahiye if it is as per jataka.
correct, but it is not happening that way. So this sutra is called Aniditam Halopadaya Niti. This is an important sutra because this Damsh Dhatu Drashtaha. This has come a few times in Vedanta classes. Aniditam Halopadaya Niti. Aniditam. So that is what Badh Dhatu and Mat Dhatu. You see, these are the big important examples. Mant, just that nakara lopa will happen and it will become Mathitva. Tva pratyaya Mathitva. Mant yak pratyaya Mathyate. Vand Vanditva. And Nitva. These are the exceptions. But this is the important one. And here you can also say Badh Dhatu. Badh Dhatu, Baddha. In that. Aniditam hala upadaya niti. Then there are two more. We have already seen this. Any memory anyone remembers why, like what action here is? Here it says this action through these two sutras. I will tell the full sutra. You have to tell me what action it is talking about. Vachisvapi ajadinam niti. I give an example also. Anudya Shabda. In Anudya Shabda, there is Vach Dhatu or Vad Dhatu. There is Vad Dhatu, then there is an action. And that action makes it Anudya. What action?
Yes.
They have given here Samprasara. Opposite of eco-energy. Vachisvapi ajadinam kiti. And then this one, both these sutras are like some of our Swamiji's favorites. 10 times I think must have been asked in 1 year. Vachisvapi ajadinam kiti. And grahadatu grahijya vai vyadi vashti vichati vrishati prachati vrjatinam niti cha. These two dhatus are for samprasaranam. Numbers 6115 and 6116. Vachisvapi ajadinam niti and grahijya vaivyadi vashti vichati vishtati prachati bhujjatinam. All these dhatus, they get samprasaranam. This is why grah dhatu, I'll give an example. Grah dhatu. But do we say grahitva or do we say gruhitva?
You say
Nitva.
Correct. We say gruhitva, but it is grah dhatu.
Grahadhatu.
That why it became gruhitva. That is called samprasaranam. So that samprasaranam works for this dhatu. Grahi dhatu samprasaranam asti. Grah dhatu. Saptami ekasaram grahi. Grah dhatu. Same for here. Vach dhatu has become vachi. Vachi, swapi, vajadi. All this samprasaranam happens. Vach adi ko samprasaran hota hai. Bru ko bru ya vach uktaha. So in the same way, va will become u. How in eco-energy, u becomes va. Vadidhatu we say anudya, where that ukara has come from. Vadidhatu does not have any ukara, but Vadidhatu becomes anudya. That is the samprasarana kara. So you say uktaha, uktavan, Bhagavan uvacha, Sri Bhagavan uvacha, Arjuna uvacha. Vadidhatu has become uvacha, samprasarana. Swap became supta, supta purusha, swapiti. Why it should not be swaptaha? No, because samprasaranam happens. Yaj dhatu ishtaha. But there is for yaj ishtaha there is another sutra, and for graha dhatu there is also another sutra. For graha also. For graha dhatu there is graho nito
you do too much in one class. Because like you just have to say, okay, ये समझ में आ गया.
Yes.
तब तक 10 चीज और हो जाती है.
So my style is I want to talk about every sutra. Some people they don't talk about every sutra. I say every sutra, even if it is not an important sutra. Which is why sometimes I do this shortcut, which is not like, which many people I think will like discourage. But I say this is an important sutra. Important meaning it gets a lot of usage in our classes. So this Grahijya, Vachisvapi, these two are very important sutras. Aniditam Halopadaya earlier was an important sutra. But I won't say Radhabhyam, I wouldn't put in that category. Or this Anudattopada. Even though these are important, but they don't find that much mention. And this sutra, for Grahadhatu there is a sutra, for Ishtadhatu there is a sutra, for these also, but they won't find that much usage. This much is enough. These are the important ones.
Okay, that is, I think, important because we set our objective as being able to read the Bhashya and think.
Yes.
So therefore, our objective is very clear.
Yes.
It's not the whole gamut of Vyakarana.
Yes.
So I think.
Yes. So you don't need to take it in. You don't have to take everything into account. You know. Why? Sometimes also I've been trying to do this because we get an idea of what the sutras are trying to do. Because after a while, we say there are 4,000 sutras. Somebody asks, what do they do? We have no idea. So all these small things also, like Graha Dhatu, Yaj Dhatu, everything has a specific sutra. Panini Maharshi's style is that way. Each sutra talks about some dhatus. So just to say, there is a sutra here, there is a sutra there. But if there is an important sutra, that is good to know. Vachisvapi,
We still have to
Grahija.
compile that top 50 or 70.
You have to compile.
No,
The trouble is,
I will compile.
and also it is subjective because like our compilation will be based on what is coming in Vedanta classes, right? Like what is asked.
That's all. That's all that we need. We don't need more. Abaji, just to make you feel comfortable, Swamiji says that this is like a 7 to 10 year kind of study. So we have done about 3.5 months.
Yes, but we are not going to do 7 to 10 years.
The teacher doesn't want to do that, but that is what Swamiji is saying is what the student needs to do.
That is comforting in a way. Sanskrit scares me. I don't know why I have got this. I don't know how I will grow out of it. It does scare me.
Yes.
I'm much more comfortable with Vedanta, but when it comes to itne sare rules or itna sara memorization,
We don't have to memorize everything, Abhay. The important thing here in
you've been telling me, but I just need to get comfortable. It's my own thing.
Sure. But you know that picture that you had sent. First, some people memorize the sutra, but then those people, Swamiji has told me this so many times, 10 times at least. Many people can memorize sutras, but when you say Patitam, what sutra? No answer. Anudya, what sutra? No answer. It is more important for us as students of Bhashya, Tika, etc. to see the Shabda and say what sutra. Not to memorize sutra and say this. Like for example, it is like there is a sutra, we saw that sutra in Sandhi, there was a sutra, Idu De Dvivachanam Pragrihyam. That sutra said that Hari Etau, there will not be any Sandhi. Sandhi Karya will not happen basically. Idu De. So once this very recently, within a month, this had come in Vedanta classes where the question had come and nobody had an answer, and there was one person, Deepakshi ji, she answered, Pragrihya hota hai. Swami said, wonderful. This is what we need. We need to know what the sutra is doing and that karya where it has come in this shabda. Irude Vivachanam Pragrihyam. That sutra, good if you can remember, but better if you can remember what karya that is doing.
No,
So,
but when we compile that list, example words,
yes,
if we have, and
Yes.
we are just able to see it,
yes,
then, visually, because right now it's kind of all over the head.
sure.
So that's how.
Sure.
Anyway, it's good.
So, Vachiswapi Ajadinam and Grahijya Vahivadi Vashti, they both do what karya?
Samprasara.
Bas, itna hi. This is what is important in Vyakarna for now, That sutra comes and example shabda for that.
Anudya.
Bas.
You did Uvacha.
Uvacha, both are correct. See, this is what we want in Vyakarana at least. Now, we don't have to feel super overwhelmed. We just have to focus on what is most important. Vachiswapi Ajadinam is Samprasarana Sutra. Samprasaranam happens in Shabdas like Uvacha and Anudya. So when Anudya Shabda comes in Bhashya, what Sutra? Vachiswapi Ajadinam. That is all. Even if I don't understand, I have to say Samprasaranam because I know there is Samprasaranam. That much is very good. That is important for us.
Yeah, that is why I don't pick up Sutra.
Don't worry. In the beginning,
correct. Samajhna chahiye na, you just
yes,
can't look at it.
Yes. That is more important. So you have to understand
To
the
myself,
sutra.
it is not making sense, so there is no point saying
Correct.
it. in
But
public.
only now we have started, right? Like with all this super high level sutra kind of analysis, like 6 sutras per day and all. 5-6 sutras per day. Just now we have started, so of course it will be a little difficult, but focus on what is very important sutras, important karyas, what shabda for that sutra. So that is why we are saying, right, pratyaya kta pratyaya. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, power went, but I can.
हमारी क्लास स्वामी जी की क्लास होगी ना अभी?
नहीं, आज नहीं है, Monday. Anyway, so we'll finish now anyway, because anyway we are over time. Vachisvapi grahijya and all. So for example, when you see gataha shabda, today in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, upakurvan shabda came. Upakurvan is, there is a pratyaya called Shatru pratyaya that will come later. So you had also sent Avaji some shloka you have sent to me, Manyamanaha or Jangamanya or something. That is called Shanach pratyaya.
Yes.
Shanach pratyaya. So those pratyayas also come. This is what is important. We see a shabda, we have to know what pratyayas happen. That much in the beginning is very important for us. Instead of mugging up all sutras and sutra numbers and all, that is later. Vyad viddaha, praj prishtaha, ahne ahutaha, vahu udaha, vad, uditaha, vas ushitaha. So all this is how it happens. This is all given in this sutra. Even if you don't memorize now, we will see this again in Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi and also it is not okay. It is not bad if it is not memorized. इन धातुओं के ये, यस ऑफ कोर्स, इन धातुओं के ये रूप होता है धा, धा हितः विहिता निहितः दा दत्ता अस्भूता शुष्कः पच पक्वः स सोडः सोडः. All these shabdas, you know, they have come. Kshamaha, vihitaha, vihita karma, nitya karma, veda vihita karma janya. All those things have come. This is from this. Why? Because dha has become vihita. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashyakrito Vande Bhagavantau Punatpunaha. Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagini Vyomavadhyapti Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi. Om.